Mark Twain, a name known for wit, satire, and storytelling, but few know that his final chapter was written long before he ever reached the last page. Born in 1835, the same year Halley's Comet blazed across the sky, Twain grew up with a strange conviction, one he shared openly, almost as if daring fate to prove him right. He told friends, "I came in with Halley's Comet, and I expect to go out with it." Not a hopeful guess, not a passing thought, a certainty. Decades passed, the world changed, Twain aged, but the comet, silent and unshaken, continued its journey through space, returning every 76 years like a ghost, keeping a promise. Then, in 1910, as Halley's Comet once again approached Earth, Twain grew restless. He knew his time had come. On April 20th, he told those closest to him he would not live to see another sunrise. The next day, Mark Twain was dead. Was this a remarkable coincidence, a self-fulfilling prophecy, or something we can't explain? In May 1979, David Booth had the same nightmare, 10 nights in a row. Each time, the details never changed. A passenger plane, a massive jetliner struggling in the sky, engines failing, the aircraft rolling onto its side before plunging into the ground in a fiery explosion. It wasn't just a bad dream. It felt real, urgent, and Booth couldn't shake the feeling that it was about to happen. Desperate to warn someone, he contacted the Federal Aviation Administration. He described the aircraft in chilling detail, a large American Airlines jet, white and silver with red and blue stripes. But there was one thing he didn't know: which flight and when. That morning, American Airlines Flight 191 prepared for departure from Chicago O'Hare Airport. The plane, a McDonnell Douglas DC-10, matched Booth's description exactly. 271 people on board, every seat filled, no warnings, no delays. Then, just moments after takeoff, at 3:04 p.m., American Airlines Flight 191 crashed just outside O'Hare. There were no survivors. The exact crash Booth had seen, the same plane, the same way, the same ending. A premonition, or a terrible coincidence? And if we could see disaster before it happens, could we ever stop it? One week before his assassination, President Abraham Lincoln had a dream so vivid, so haunting, that it left him shaken. In this dream, he found himself wandering through the White House, the halls eerily empty. But something was wrong. The air felt cold, the silence unsettling. Then he heard it, the sound of muffled sobs, a deep sadness pressing against the walls. Before him, soldiers stood guard over a coffin, their heads bowed in mourning. The room was filled with grief. And then, a whisper, a single voice in the darkness: "Who is dead in the White House?" Then the reply: "The president. He was killed by an assassin." 3 days later, Lincoln told his wife and closest friends about the dream. He laughed it off, but the unease never left him. That evening, Lincoln attended a play at Ford's Theater. The night seemed ordinary, until John Wilkes Booth pulled the trigger. The bullet struck Lincoln in the head. The president slumped forward, never to wake again. Did Lincoln truly foresee his own assassination? Was it a warning he failed to heed? Or was it something far more mysterious, a glimpse into a fate that could never be changed? In 1968, actress Sharon Tate had everything: fame, fortune, a life many could only dream of. But something haunted her, a vision she couldn't shake, a nightmare that blurred the line between dream and prophecy. One night, while staying in her Benedict Canyon home, Sharon had a dream. a dream so disturbing it left her breathless. She dreamt of a man, a faceless figure moving through the house, watching, waiting. The air was thick with dread. Then she saw it, a figure, lifeless, tied to the staircase, blood pooling beneath them. She tried to scream, but no sound came. She told friends about it, laughed it off, tried to push it away, but the feeling never left her, and the house no longer felt safe. That night, Sharon, now 8 months pregnant, stayed at her home on Cielo Drive with close friends. The evening was warm, calm, but outside, something was coming. Just after midnight, 4 intruders entered the house. Led by Charles Manson's followers, they had only one mission: to kill. Sharon Tate and her friends never stood a chance. They were brutally murdered, and as police arrived at the crime scene, the house was painted in horror. Was this a case of intuition, a subconscious fear manifesting into dreams, or was Sharon Tate given a glimpse of her fate, one she could never escape? 5 people, 5 visions, 5 deaths that unfolded exactly as they had foreseen. Was it fate, a chilling coincidence, or did they glimpse a truth the rest of us are blind to? And if that's the case, how many others have seen their own end long before it arrived? More importantly, would you want to know? What do you think? Were these warnings from beyond, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, check out our playlist of real-life horror stories, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because you never know what's coming next.